This is a meeting of the Lakeville Historical Commission. It is March 17th, 2021, and I would like to read the governor's request. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL 730A plus 20, related to the 2020 novel coronavirus outbreak emergency, the Wednesday, March 17th, 2021, public meeting of the Lakeville Historical Commission shall be physically closed to the public to avoid group congestion. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to Facebook, LakeCam. You do not need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available at a later date. Is anybody else besides LakeCam recording the meeting?
No.
Okay, moving on. Secretary's report.
We have not received minutes from the Selectman's office, so we have no minutes from the February meeting. We'll have to have them at the April meeting.
Okay. Okay. And the same thing for the Treasurer's report. Any new correspondence?
Jerry has a Treasurer's report.
I have. It doesn't
Okay.
go through Tracy's office. And actually, it is the same as last time. Townhouse account is $562.75. We have $2,350 encumbered for the chimney, and the historical commission account is $500. And we need to figure out what we're going to spend it on before June 30th.
Okay. Any other treasurer's information?
No, I think the historic townhouse update will cover that, right, Nancy?
Okay. We need to vote on approving the treasurer's report.
I move that we accept the Treasurer's report as presented.
I second.
Okay, second. All in favor?
We need to do a roll call vote. Roll call vote. Brian Reynolds.
Aye.
Joe Morton.
Aye.
Jerry Taylor.
Aye.
Nancy LaFave. Aye. Motion passes. Next
Okay.
order is correspondence.
Okay, the next thing is correspondence.
I picked
Anything
up
new?
the email. It's the Association for the Gravestone Studies, and it's on international cemeteries that we get quarterly.
Right.
So if anyone wants to look through that, I can deliver it to your home with a mask and social distancing.
Yes.
An email from Tracy Craig McGee from the Selectman's office about an online Blackboard program by the Inspector General of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts on Boards and Commissions Know Your Responsibilities. It's Saturday, March 20th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And she needs to know by Thursday if any one of us is going to be attending it, the online program. Jerry has said that she would represent us. And Tracy apologized for the short notice of letting us know about it. So it's just already have plans so that we're unable to.
Is there a meeting ID and a passcode on that?
I think that they'll probably send you a thing like they do, like we do for the meetings. Yeah.
Right.
She'll be responsible for contacting you.
Okay.
And Jerry's going to let Tracy know on that. I've also had a number of telephone calls and maybe a couple of emails regarding the historic library and the work that they're doing there now. It's all things that were in the letter that we originally sent to the selectmen. So they're moving forward with the handicap accessible bathroom.
And we have electric outlets in the townhouse now?
We have electric outlets in the townhouse now under the window, the 7 pairs of windows.
Okay. Do you know if they could fix the light in the?
That's one of the things. All of the things that are on the list, at the last meeting, I think I mentioned we have that security light that's at the top of the peak of the building on the gable end, the front end, and it's been damaged. It doesn't work. And so they're going to take that down. But because of the fact that it impacts public safety in that area, they're going to put another much smaller sized at the peak of the building. And I think it's a flush mount, so it doesn't stick out like this one does, which with that big break in the glass globe. And then they're also going to look at either repairing or replacing in kind the green light that's over the main access door. And then all the list of other things that have to be done with the other door too. So those are all ongoing.
Do you know if on that list is to replace the light in the upstairs room? The switch doesn't work, the light.
I think the problem is I have bulbs for there, and I'm going to go tomorrow because I have containers for all the window candles so that everything can be in plastic and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring new light bulbs for all of the outlet bulbs, the hanging bulbs, and see if we can, hanging lights, excuse me, and see if there's any other problems. I think the switch is okay. I just don't think that I think the light bulb burnt out, and we use it so infrequently at night. Right. Because most times we access that building, it's a day thing and you don't need to put the lights on. So yeah. I will check that out.
Okay, thank you.
And we do have the glass shades too.
Yes.
But 2 of those upstairs on a shelf. So
yeah. They need
one of them broke, but someone was able to find one someplace and gave it to us a while ago.
They need cleaning.
The other thing was there was a thing on Lakeville Helping Lakeville about the Lakeville Hospital. And I did go on representing the commission and also the Historical Society and just explained some of the history of what we had been doing and what we tried to do years ago and things like that. So to try and, there was a lot of there was concerns and also some misinformation. So I just wanted to make sure that they understood that we were aware of the importance of the site and the buildings, especially the children's buildings. And we also talked about that with the selectmen during the budget meeting. So that was another thing.
Okay. Moving on. Anything else for the library?
No, I think we kind of covered it during correspondence.
Okay, the 175th anniversary in 2028.
I think that when we get together, it would be nice to have an in-person meeting. And
yes.
We just heard that the May 10th annual town meeting is going to be an in-person meeting at, I believe, at Apponequet in the gymnasium with social distancing. And so if that means that perhaps some of these meetings will now be in person, I think that would be a good time to meet and just, you know, talk. Sometimes it's easier to talk in person.
Yeah.
And
okay.
And we might have more people coming. So I think that we should look maybe for June or something like that as a possible time to have a meeting of that group.
Would we meet at the historic townhouse or would we?
It would be a nice place to meet, wouldn't it, Terry?
Yes, now that we have heat and air.
We have AC. I hope we wouldn't need heat in June, but.
Well, hopefully not, but.
Okay, moving on. Updates on long range plans, etc. Anybody want to speak?
There is interest right now for a community preservation group to move forward. And they're looking
Right.
for representation from the Historical Commission.
Okay, anybody want to volunteer for that position?
Joan?
Oh, I did that before. I wouldn't do that again. Oh, no, thanks.
Okay,
It was
maybe
so awful
the
when we did it before. That's not for me.
maybe Dahlia may be interested. Is Dahlia with us?
Delia's not with us right now.
Okay, well maybe we could get in contact with her at some point.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Let me go down my list of things for long-range plans. Is that okay? Completion of the comprehensive historical inventory. Because of the virus last year, we didn't get very far with that part of the work. Another thing is the archaeological and historical preservation plan, which I think money was approved for this year. Well, we have to do the comprehensive inventory first before we can do the preservation plan. And we had talked in the past about the appointment of a historic district study committee, and that would have to be voted in by the selectmen would have to do that, and if the historic district committee approves it, it has to be voted in at town meeting. And also, we had talked about doing Thompson Hill Cemetery, the Pond Cemetery, and the Lakeville Library on the National Register. Did I miss anything?
It's the Historic Public Library. The
Okay,
Carnegie
sorry.
Stone Building, just to
Yes,
clarify.
yes.
Right. We're having contact issues with Mass Historical Commission where they're not getting back to us about looking for someone to do the research for the comprehensive study. We had a Mr. Krim that did a huge area for us when we were doing the scenic ways. And so we're going to try, I'm going to try again, just to see if I can talk to someone other than the person who answers the phone and see if we can get onto that so that we could have that done hopefully by September, because it will take a while for an individual to do the work.
Okay. And as far as the archaeological part of the survey goes, there's, I think, probably 2 sites at Betty's Deck or the town forest where the Indians lived in houses, and we could have a archaeological dig done at those 2 house sites, possibly. And that would give us archaeological information about the Indians that lived there.
And this is town property, not private property, right, Brian?
These are, to the best of my knowledge, I'm sure that T. W. Lima's House Foundation is town forest. And the one further on, I haven't been in there to look, because we have to check the boundaries.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Demolitions and gifts.
There have been no more requests for demolitions this month, and we have not received any more gifts.
Okay.
The only thing we didn't put on the agenda is that we need to think about Memorial Day, which is, next month. So Memorial Day, and see
Yes.
if we can do something similar to perhaps what we did in November for Veterans Day, and people would feel more comfortable. And by the end of May, many people may have received their COVID-19 shots, so that they might feel more comfortable coming out. And we might try the one site with the exhibit at the townhouse, depending on what the state standards are right at the time.
Well, I think some people had requested that we not do the walk down the streets, and especially with the virus around and social distancing, it would be appropriate to do it just at the Dickerson Square area and over in the Old Town Hall area with the exhibit. And so I think that would work out fine. Anybody have anything else?
How about the 175th anniversary? You skipped that agenda
Just
item.
the fact that we would try to meet, maybe be able to meet in person in June.
Okay. I have put in a request to the new treasurer so that we could know exactly how much money we had left from the 2,350th anniversary that we had raised and we set aside for the next anniversary. And I haven't heard from her yet. So hopefully by
I have that in the records from the previous anniversary, but there was also money that we set aside for the parade, and the parade committee, and they were going to do a video of the parade, but they couldn't do it because of the licensing for the music that was being played by either the bands. It's a copyright. So they never used that money either. So we probably have a few $1,000s to start with that we had nothing when we started. we had a small appropriation. Plus, if there's any money that we gave awards to all the other town departments, but we didn't actually give them a check. I think that they were awarded money and then they drew on that money to buy something, the fire department, the police department at that time. So.
And that was all from our mayor.
That was the mayoral. Yes, that was the thing that was unbelievable, the amount of money that we raised. We were all amazed at that.
So we may have to do that again in 2028.
Our next meeting date is April 21st, Wednesday.
Okay. Anybody have any more business? Well, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
I second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Brian Reynolds.
Aye.
Joan Morton.
Aye.
Jerry Taylor.
Aye.
Nancy LaFave. Aye. Motion passes.
Motion passes. We are adjourned.